Hey guys, it's Emma.
And Maggie.
And welcome back to another episode of Love You Bye.
Today, we're going to be talking about all of our Cape Cod recommendations and all the things we love the most about the Cape. And we wanted to do this episode right before summer because so many of you guys have been asking us for advice on where to travel and how to spend your vacation. So we wanted to spend an episode talking about one of our favorite places, which is where we actually grew up. If you are not familiar, Emma and I grew up on Cape Cod. So it's a super beautiful, amazing quaint spot during the summer, and we're so lucky to have been born and raised there. And I know a lot of people travel there for vacation during the summertime, and there are so many amazing restaurants, so many fun things to do. So we just wanted to talk about all of our favorite things because we did a Boston episode, like all things Boston. So we were like, we have to do a Cape one in time for summer. Also, this is like one of our first solo episodes in what feels like a really long time.
Yeah, so feels really good to be able to kind of like, I don't know, this being our first solo episode back.
So excited for summer.
Same.
Going to be spending a lot of time in the Cape. We just booked a house actually.
Yeah, we did.
For a week.
Which is weird because I've never rented on the Cape before, and it seemed so unattainable like growing up because I felt like all I heard growing up was like, oh my God, renting a Cape house in the summer is so expensive. But like,
and like there never is any.
There's never any. It's like, us like looking for a house and finding one there. First of all, there were so many, and like it was just like
so many great options.
Yeah, great
so
options.
Many good areas.
So if you're looking to go to the Cape, like do not listen to, I mean, unless you like have never heard that before, but there's so many options. Like there aren't too many hotels that I know of. Like I know there's a couple in Falmouth, I know there's a couple in Chatham, but I really recommend getting a like summer house to stay in. But anyway, before we get into
we can get more into
before we get into the rest of the episode, we're gonna start off with our peek and pit of the week. We do this every single episode. If you guys are new, it's our little tradition that we do here. But Maggie, do you want to go first?
Sure. Okay, my peak of the week. Oh my God, I made a bomb dinner last night. I've been cooking so much.
Same.
And I think that that's my peak right now. Like I've just been in my cooking era and I made fish tacos. I made this like really yummy pasta last night. I made a brown rice. Okay, it's so simple. I'm going to just share the recipe quick because it's like the easiest, most delicious, healthy recipe, but it has so much flavor. So I made brown rice pasta. I have been doing that again, which like we used to eat that all the time, the jovial one. And then I stopped using it. I don't know why, but I made it last night. It's like the only pasta that makes me like not feel really bloated after and like heavy.
Trader Joe's has a great one too.
Yes, they do. I need to go there and get it because
the little circle.
They do have good ones and they have good shapes. So anyway. I did jovial brown rice pasta and I took in my Le Creuset like Dutch oven pot. I did like a little bit of olive oil and then I cooked ground beef and I seasoned it, salt, pepper, chili flakes, and like Italian seasonings. And then I took a whole entire jar of the spicy Rayo sauce and I poured it in. And then I added like a bunch of handfuls of spinach and let it cook down. So the spinach was like mixed in it and added a little bit more seasonings, added the pasta in, and I did a side salad, which was so good. And it was just like so much flavor, so delicious. So anyway, then my pit is that I am getting over like a sickness. When I was in Florida last week, I had allergies like so bad and I was miserable, which sucks because like I was miserable while I was on my trip and I haven't really traveled that much lately over the past like year, honestly. And I was really excited to get a lot of content and just take a lot of Instagram pictures, like outfit pictures and stuff like that. And I feel like I just didn't because
we can go somewhere again.
Let's go somewhere because I would like didn't feel like my eyes were puffy and watery and like I was sniffling and I felt like I couldn't pose. As dumb as this sounds, I felt like I couldn't pose for pictures because I was like so sick and miserable. And I just was like sad because I wanted to get content and I was sick.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, it didn't stop me on the trip though. I still was like doing my thing, doing everything.
My peak would have to be probably, I mean, yeah, I also made a really good dinner last night. Peyton and I do like one night a week, like homemade pizza. He loves my pizza for some reason. It's like the funniest thing too, because we used to do that a lot when we were younger, and it's the easiest dinner in the world.
Yeah.
But I do a chicken pesto pizza, and then I do a white pizza also, and it was like really, really yummy. That's really enjoyable. And
Next
also,
time
like,
we have a dinner night, you can make that.
yeah,
Because it looks so good every time.
yeah. So along with like making food at home, I feel like because I travel a lot, and I feel like he's also always gone. So when we're home, like cooking dinner, and like we're very like major homebodies. So I don't know. I just like I really have been loving being home lately, and like chilling and relaxing, and like we always say that we've been saying this a lot to each other, but like we feel like we're old people because all we want to do is like we're like grandparents. Like we just want to like sit and watch a movie and like chill and like hang out with each other, and I don't know. Anyway,
That's what happens when you're in love.
yeah. And then my pit would probably have to be, I thought I had one, but I don't think I do.
That's okay.
I don't think I have a pit. Maybe my pit is nothing. I'm happy as a clam.
Happy as a clam.
I'm happy as a clam.
Well, I love that, Emma. Okay, well, we have a lot to talk about, so
Yeah.
let's get on into the episode.
As a quick recap for the people who have never been to the Cape is in Massachusetts, and it is right outside of Boston. I mean, I say that all the time, but like I honestly it's not. To get to like the beginning parts of the Cape, which is Bourne, Falmouth, Sandwich, Mashpee, like those areas, it takes about probably 50 minutes from Boston.
hour.
Yeah, an hour to 50. To get to the center of the Cape where Maggie and I grew up, which is like Barnstable, Yarmouth, Dennis, Brewster, like Harwich area, it probably takes about an hour and 30 to get to from Boston again. And then also from Boston to get to P-Town, Wellesley, Eastham, Truro, like Chatham, all those places, around 2 hours.
Legit 2 hours.
So the Cape's honestly pretty big, like bigger than you'd expect it. We literally grew up in the dead center in Dennis, and I feel like from Dennis it takes 45 minutes to get to Falmouth. It takes 45 minutes to get to P-Town. So it's like literally the most perfect like area.
Yeah.
And when I go to the Cape, and like for example, we're renting a house this summer on the Cape, and my biggest thing was we had to be in like the center of the Cape. We couldn't like rent a house in Chatham because I didn't want to be over in the Chatham
It's
area.
so far.
And like it's so far from friends and family and also the things that we love. And then also like there were many houses to rent in Falmouth, but like I mean, you're such a Falmouth girl, but for me, like Falmouth is not my territory and I don't want to be there. So
I know. I'm only a Falmouth girl because I went to high school in Falmouth. I would have gone to the school, which is in the town that we grew up in, Dennis. It's called Dennis Yarmouth. It's like the Dennis Yarmouth District High School. But I played like travel hockey and like played hockey really competitively since I was young. And I was on a select team with half of the girls were from Falmouth, half of the girls were from Barnstable. And I was like legit the only girl from Dennis. And so when it came time to go to high school, you can do something on the Cape called school choice. And basically if you're from a different town, you can apply to go to a school in a different town. So I chose Falmouth because I was closer with the Falmouth girls and I wanted to keep playing hockey with them and keep playing competitively. And I ended up choosing Falmouth, going to Falmouth for 4 years and driving to and from Dennis every single day. And it was 50 minutes. So that was like my commute for high school. So when we go to the Cape, like a lot of my friends, well, all of my friends live in Falmouth and all of your friends live in Dennis, but our family's in Dennis.
Yeah.
So we booked a house for a week this summer, which is like going to be close to our family, which is going to be in the Dennis area.
Yeah, and I went to Dennis Yarmouth High School, which is our town, and it is a pretty small town. Like I feel like where we grew up, like you know everybody, you know all the families. I knew literally every single person that went to my high school. My graduating class was about like 150 kids, and also the Cape is pretty small. Like I know kids from every single town. There's not one town where I'm like, oh, I don't really know people. Maybe not so much Mashpee. I don't know why. That's the only town, even though it's like in the middle, kind of. But I know someone from literally every single town on the Cape. So yeah, it's very small town vibes. The summer is the best time to go. People do live there year round, like we did our whole life. The winters, like everything's kind of closed and it's like very, very low key and just the townies and locals and stuff like that.
Like
but
the restaurants, it's so crazy because like all the summer restaurants will close for the season around like before Thanksgiving and then they'll open back up in the spring. But there's like little cute places open up throughout the winter, like little pubs and
which
like
is
little
like,
small restaurants.
Sorry, keep going.
No, it's fine. And they're just like, I don't know, it's homey.
Yeah, it's so homey. Like I do love going in the wintertime because it's a great way to like get out of the city and also like relax, and it's still nice to like see the ocean and stuff even if it's all snowy, and it's such a cozy vibe. It reminds me a lot of like people I feel like go up north, they go to like New Hampshire during the winter, they go to Vermont or something like that. I still am an ocean girl, so even if it's like cold out and you want like a cozy vibe, going to the Cape is fine in the winter. But the summer, it's a very like beachy, surfery, so like coastal grandma,
Like picture like Outer Banks, the
picture.
TV show.
Yeah, that is like the Cape.
Yeah, that's like the vibes, but it's more
A
like
little bit
has
more
the
like-
look of coastal grandma, like the hydrangeas, the white picket fence, the shingled houses.
Yeah.
And like that whole trend that you see on TikTok. I feel like the Cape has changed so much since we lived there when we grew up. Like, for example, we only have one Trader Joe's on the whole entire Cape Cod. And it's in Hyannis, which is like the middle of the Cape. So we have one Trader Joe's. We have like one Starbucks.
Yeah.
We have
one Whole Foods.
one Whole Foods, which is like new. It just got there when
We just
like,
got
at
a
the end of
Target
my high
last
school.
year.
Yeah, we just got a Target last year. There was like a ton of stuff that we never had. Like we didn't have Chipotle.
Never had Taco Bell.
No, we
which
don't
they
have like
now.
a lot of
Chick-fil-A. We just got Chick-fil-A. Didn't have that in high school, which I wish I did. Or did
know.
I? I don't know.
No,
Either
that's
way.
new. A lot of like the chain restaurants, like, and things came to the Cape a lot later. And so like when I graduated and went to college, I noticed like there was just so much more that was out there. Like a lot of my friends in college would be like, oh, have you ever been to this place? Have you ever been to, like my roommate would always go to Longhorn, and I was like, what's that?
What
Like
is
we have like a lot of just like locally owned restaurants on the Cape, like a lot of
And coffee shops too.
Yes.
Because we didn't, in our town that we grew up in Dennis, there's no Starbucks. So I had only ever gone to local places. And if we wanted like a chain, there's a place called Mary Lou's that's only on the South Shore, which is like from south of Boston to the Cape. There's one in Hyannis, which is still like 25 minutes from our house.
But there's Dunkin' Donuts everywhere. But
oh,
that's like
Dunks
a
is
given.
everything. That's like normal.
But I feel like at least for like on the Cape, a lot of the families own businesses, whether it's like a landscaping business or
Liquor business.
yeah, like
or
your
like,
friend that owns a liquor business, restaurants.
I think we know the owners to every single restaurant that we go to.
Just to give you guys a little background of what the
It's
Cape's
like
like. It's
very,
like very
very
small
homey.
town, homey
Yeah.
vibes. And yeah, so we're going to get into just some of our favorite things to do on the Cape over the summer. I'm really grateful because now we have the luxury of going to the Cape and actually enjoying it, because growing up, we like wouldn't enjoy
summer jobs
the Cape.
mostly.
Yeah, you don't enjoy the Cape as if you're visiting like a tourist, because during the summer, like when you're out of school, you're not on vacation. So I personally in high school and then in college, I always had like 2 or 3 jobs. And my last time like working on the Cape before I started YouTube, I was literally working 6 days a week, like over 50 hours for this one hostess job at this resort called Wequassett. And it's in Chatham. If you're ever on the Cape and you want to go somewhere for dinner or a drink, go to the Outer Bar and Grill at Wequassett, get a drink there. It's so beautiful. I was a hostess there for like 4 years. It was one of my favorite jobs ever. And then I had one day off and I would babysit for one of the members of the resort when I wasn't working. So I feel like now we get to really enjoy the Cape and all it has to offer, like during the summer when we go visit. And oh my God, like where do we even start with like restaurants and places to eat and get lunch and like places for dinner? So maybe should we start with coffee?
Okay, let's go throughout our whole day. We'll go coffee, breakfast, lunch,
Dinner, ice cream.
dinner, well, happy hour, dinner, ice cream.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so coffee. Oh my gosh. Lighthouse Keeper's Pantry has been within the last year, because they had just changed. It used to be something different when I was in high school, but it's something new now. That is my favorite coffee shop. It's a local coffee shop, family owned place, best cold brew in the world. So my order would be a medium cold brew with almond milk. Slaps. I put some cinnamon in there. If I'm hungry, I'll grab a croissant.
I love their lattes and their ham and cheese croissant.
Yep. And Ella, my best friend, gets their, oh my gosh, I think she gets I think it's like called like the Pogue or something. Like I literally don't know what it's called, but it's the breakfast sandwich, one of them. They have really good breakfast sandwiches there too, and they'll heat it up for you. So I really love coffee from there. I also love Three Fin and Snowy Owl. Snowy Owl is in Brewster, Three Fin is in West Dennis, and then Lighthouse is in Yarmouth Port.
And then what's that place that has the coffee ice cubes in Dennis that you and Ella went to?
Oh my God, Wolfie's.
Wolfie's.
I think it's called Wolfie's.
Yeah, it is called Wolfie's.
Oh my gosh. Ella and I started going there this summer, and I had always wanted to try it. I've heard about it my whole life, but it's only open in the summertime. It's closed during the winter, but all the other places are open in the winter. So Wolfie's is really good. They have coffee ice cubes, and you literally make your own coffee. So you walk in, they have 2 different types of cold brew. You ask for one of each. They also have the best muffins. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. You get your cold brew, they give it to you. You can go over to the little stand, you put in whatever milk you want. They have a big thing of caramel, and I was obsessed with caramel coffees at this time, like lattes. So I'd load it up with caramel. You
that sounds
put, like,
so good.
Any type of syrup in it. Like you really can just like do whatever you want. They have really good donuts and muffins, and you get your muffin grilled. People have never had grilled muffins before. Everyone that I've met, like Peyton's never had one before. Chase has never had one before. And I'm like, you guys haven't had grilled muffins? Do you have any coffee places that you can name off?
Yeah, I have some in like the Falmouth area since that's where I went to school. So Coffee Obsession is really good. The Cape Cod coffee place at Mashpee Commons is bomb. Also Rory's, which we will get into. Rory's is our favorite like organic healthy market. They have location in Mashpee and Dennis, and they have such good cold brew.
Amazing.
And then also Pie in the Sky has good coffee. And that's pretty much it for my coffee places.
I would also have to add Hole in One. Has really good
like
coffee.
their cold
That's
brew.
if you're in like the
Lower.
Orleans, like East Ham area. There's a location in Orleans. There's a location in East Ham. And they also have really good peach iced tea.
And then if you're in Harwichport, go to Chatham Perk.
Ooh, Chatham Perk is really good.
Wait.
No, that's in Chatham, right?
That's in Chatham. But there's a Perk in Harwich that you can go to too. And they have coffee.
Yeah. Either way.
But
still
anyway.
so good.
Breakfast.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
I think that there's different categories for breakfast. We're going to start with sit-down breakfast. Grumpy's in Dennis.
Grumpy's in Dennis, you have to get a blueberry strudel muffin grilled.
With butter.
With butter.
And
their
it's
whipped
so
butter
good.
is amazing. I'm not kidding you. Get that, please.
Anything you get there's good. The omelets are really good. Also, they have the best French toast. And this sounds weird, but like, you know how they serve all of their breakfast with baked beans?
Yeah,
They're
they
so
do.
good.
They are really good.
And the food comes out on these like colored plates, like blue, red, yellow.
Orange.
And it's just so cute there. The family has owned it for like ever and ever. The grandparents work there, the grandkids work there, everyone works there. It's like the cutest little place. So that's like really good for sit down breakfast.
Another sit down would have to be Celtic Kitchen in Yarmouth. That's like, oh my gosh, brings me back to like high school. The home fries at Celtic Kitchen are actually insane. Ella and I go and we'll get our breakfast, which is like eggs, bacon, home fries, bread, right? Like toast. And then we'll ask for an extra side of home fries. And the lady, they're all like, it's a very Irish place. Like it's literally called Celtic Kitchen. Like you walk in there, they have thick Irish accents. Like it has like the logos that are like Irish all in there. There's a corner that literally has, it's a whole like wall dedicated to the football team at my high school, because every Friday they went to Celtic at 5:30 in the morning, got Celtic, and then all the boys would bring like home fries not home, but like to school, and like the girls would like take the home fries and like eat them during first period. So it's like that place is just like so iconic to like my high school, I guess. But their breakfast is a really, really yummy sit down breakfast. They have fresh squeezed orange juice, and it's really good.
Can I tell you a confession? I've never been there.
What the heck?
I know, isn't that weird?
That's really weird, Maggie. We have to go.
We have to go this summer. We will when we're on the Cape with everyone.
Oh my god, it's so busy in the summertime. Wintertime, it's like not as busy, but
I'm excited to try it. If you're in Falmouth, the Pickle Jar has really good breakfast.
Yeah.
I really like the Pickle Jar. And there's a few other places, but that place just like really stands out to me.
Hole in One has really good donuts. Joe Mama's has really yummy bagels. There's a location in Yarmouth. It's not as good as the Orleans one. And then the OG one is in Orleans. Really, really, really
Joe
yummy
Mama's
bagels.
is my literal favorite place to get bagels on the Cape.
Yeah, same. There's also Bagels and Beyond, which is really, really good. Their French toast bagel.
You like that place, Emma, but I just like don't think I can go there because it's on 28. 28 scares me.
28 has all the places that like tourists go to. That's like the tourist attraction is Route 28.
I know, but for some reason I like don't like driving down that road.
Okay, guys, so don't listen to her, but Bagels and Beyond slaps. Get their French toast bagel. I used to get the French toast bagel with strawberry cream cheese. So
no,
random,
it is
but
bomb.
It's really good, and they also have really good coffee. Their coffee is the type where it's like hazelnut coffee, but not sweetened.
Isn't it like New England coffee?
It's New. Oh my god, I love New England coffee. I am a New England coffee stan, and it is so good. And I would get their hazelnut coffee black, and it tastes so amazing. And then another. Oh my gosh, I had one more breakfast place that I was thinking of. The Juice Bar in Ring Brothers Market.
Oh
has
my
really
God,
good smoothies
Emma.
and juices.
Those are my favorite smoothies. The mango one,
Yeah,
from the Ring Brothers across from Patriot Square.
Mango Mermaid.
The Mango Mermaid in Dennis.
So good.
So good.
And then also Route 28 Diner, but the last time I went there, I left crying, so I haven't been there since, but they are really good. I wasn't crying because of the restaurant. Like, I was crying. Like, I don't even know. I went with like all my friends once in high school, but it's so good there. Really good chocolate chip pancakes.
And another breakfast, I would say like this is our last breakfast place, but Rory's, which we'll transition into
Rory's
lunch
is like
with Rory's because
yeah.
they have breakfast there. Like me and Emma get the sunrise wrap, but it's like, usually it's like a vegan sunrise wrap where it has vegan egg, but we do real egg and we add bacon. And it has like these peppers and onions and then also this like pesto sauce. It's so good. And you can do vegan cheese or you can do cheddar. Oh, and they grill it and they press it. And it's
good.
The best wrap. They have really good juices there. We love the green love juice. It's just like your typical green juice. Obviously, coffee's amazing. And then they have sandwiches.
And salads.
And
Their
salads
are great. Vegan chopped. I love, if you guys know my vlogs from YouTube, vlogs from high school on YouTube. Oh my God, I got the vegan chopped every single day. That thing is my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah,
and the best
so
sandwiches.
good.
The TLT is so good.
Rory's is great for like if you're going to the beach and you want to get sandwiches, get breakfast, grab a few sandwiches, grab some snacks because it is like a full market, and then go to the beach. It has like everything. Yeah. And then also for like a little grocery shop.
Moving on to lunch. Okay, so personally for me, for lunch, I am a sandwich girl.
Me too.
I will not go and sit down for lunch. Like, I'm a grab and go sandwich. I really, really love my go-tos in the summertime are Mercantile in Dennis for sandwiches, and also DPM for sandwiches, and also in Dennis Public Market. You're not going to know it by DPM, but it's literally called Dennis Public Market. So yummy. Best sandwiches. You go in the back, you order. And then Barnstable Public Market over in Marston's Mills, which is right next to
Nirvana, which we didn't even say for coffee.
But the thing is that
I don't
Nirvana's
love
not
their
my
coffee.
favorite coffee. I like other places over Nirvana. I do like Nirvana, but like it's a really far.
I think I only like Nirvana when I'm in the mood when it's like snowing and I want to drive there.
I only go to Nirvana on
We're
rainy
so
days.
weird, Emma.
I know, but I do love Barnstable Public Market sandwiches. My sandwich I get from there is this like chicken pesto panini.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is to die for. DPM, you get legit anything. Chicken salad, tuna salad,
and then they have like your
buffalo wrap,
boar's head meats. And for dinner, if you go to Dennis Public Market, they have a really good steak tips that are marinated.
Yeah.
So those are yummy. But I would say for lunch, I really like West Falmouth Market in Falmouth. Also Chatham Cookware in Chatham Main Street. They have really good sandwiches.
Sam's Deli over in Eastham has good sandwiches too.
Yes. And then there's one more.
What about those places that Mom used to go to for work? that are over by you, Daily
Oh.
Paper, and also that other
No,
one.
the Daily Brew is really good.
Daily Brew.
For breakfast and lunch. And then Cafe Chew in Sandwich. Love Cafe Chew.
Love Cafe Chew. You get like a sandwich with a little salad.
Yeah, and they have that like Cape Cod salad with the cranberries and the feta.
And
the goat cheese.
And the sliced almonds.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, wait.
So good.
Wait, I have one last one for lunch. Corner store.
Oh my God, how did we forget that, Maggie?
I know. There's a location in Chatham and there's a location in Orleans, but the Chatham one's better. And you can get paninis there, and it's a burrito place.
I think they shut down the panini thing, so it's just burritos now.
Oh, well, it's really bomb burritos.
Yeah,
and
bring back your paninis if you're listening to Corner Store, because your paninis were fire.
They also have breakfast burritos in the morning, which we've never gone.
I've literally never gone there
But
before.
I went once for breakfast burrito before hockey practice when I was legit like 7 years old. But I got scared because they put ketchup on it. And like, I didn't want ketchup on mine.
Oh my God, I love
But I think the
ketchup on
girl that I
mine.
was with just wanted it, and that's how they made mine. But they have really good burritos. And then also B2 Burrito or Burrito Bistro in Hyannis in Mashpee has good burritos as well.
I love B2 Burrito. And you get their little salsa that they have already in the condo.
The spicy one, the Colorado one.
The Colorado, I was just going to say the Colorado salsa is so good.
I like the Berkeley burrito, and then I also like the Thai burrito.
burrito.
They have
Ella likes the Burrito Max, which is like your normal burrito.
They also have a buffalo burrito, which I really want to get that one.
I've never tried that before, but our friend Darian used to get that. Or he used to get the Hawaiian one. Either way, our friends, like, we used to always go there.
So good. Okay, so happy hour.
Happy hour, for sure, Chapin's. If you're, like, getting off the beach, Chapin's, Bayside. Really good place to grab a drink, oysters, like a quick bite before you go to dinner or something.
The Port
and
in
also
Harwich.
the Port has $1 oysters, 3 to 5,
Yeah.
something like that.
And they have really good drinks.
Such good drinks.
And I feel
It's so fun there
just
too.
anywhere, I feel like there's a lot of places on the Cape where they do like oysters and you just go and you could have a drink like before dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the only 2 places I got.
Yeah, those
though.
are the only 2 places that I feel like I would recommend.
And then dinner. Where do we start?
Okay, best restaurant ever. We've been going since Emma was literally born. Emma was like a
wanna
newborn
gatekeep
baby.
it.
Oh my God, should we? No, we've talked about it. We can't
I know.
gatekeep it. I want to gatekeep it too, but like we can't.
I know.
Because we've legit been going since Emma was literally born and she was like, I'm not even kidding you, like a week old. And she was at Gina's, the restaurant. We've been going since we were so little, and it's like very sentimental to our family.
We went every Sunday when our family was like still a family.
Yeah, all growing up, we all, like when we were younger, we would go to the beach on Sundays, and it's like an off-road beach called Crow's Pasture in Dennis. And all of the families that live in Dennis would get in their car. We would all bring a cooler full of so much food. We would get subs. We would get DPM, like steak tips, hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, drinks. And all of our cousins and all of our friends and families would go drive on the beach. We would get there at like 9 o'clock in the morning and we would stay till 5 o'clock at night. We would pack everything up. We would go back home, shower in our outdoor shower very quickly, and we would put on like a dress. We would still have wet hair and have like sun-kissed face, and then we would go to Gina's.
Gina's is the cutest, tiny restaurant. The wait is always like 2 to 3 hours. It's actually insane. You have to go so early.
You have to get there at like 5 o'clock.
You literally have to get there at 5 o'clock, but the parking lot has sand in it. It is right on Chapin Beach, which my favorite road in the whole entire world is the road that leads to Chapin Beach. And I mean, it's great if you stop at Chapin Bayside for a drink, appetizers, go to Gina's because it's right next door for dinner. Great like Italian food.
The menu hasn't changed, and it's been the same since like our parents were kids.
I could read you the whole entire menu like off my head right now.
Me too. You need to get the eggplant parm, is the best I've ever had.
Linguine and clams.
Linguine with clams. The Clams Casino
Clams
appetizer
Casino,
was Emma's.
you guys.
When Emma was little, she would go and like, we've known the people who work there. Like it has the same waitresses and the valet guy and the host guy. Like they all have been working there for years. And so they just knew like every single time we'd go in, the waitress knew what Emma would want. So Emma would get Clams Casino. You would ask for garlic bread and regular
garlic
bread.
bread is fire.
And then you would get a side of the fettuccine Alfredo.
Oh my God, I used to, when my stomach could like handle that when I was 7, fettuccine Alfredo. Even a side order is like perfect because it's so like rich and so yummy. But that is so good. the chicken marsala that dad gets.
No, the chicken gizmonda.
That's what it is. Chicken gizmonda. It's so funny. It's like such a thing that our dad would get, but it's so good. Like it's actually
You guys
insane.
need to go. They have like, you get a bottle of wine, red or white. You can just chill.
Oh, it's the vibes are immaculate.
Most perfect place.
Really is. Okay, another dinner spot. I love Anejo for Mexican food. There's 2 locations, Hyannis and Falmouth. People say the Falmouth location is better than Hyannis, but I mean, they both do no wrong. It's so good there. And then I also really like Inaho for sushi. Bluefin in Chatham for sushi is also so good. Inaho is in Yarmouth Port. It also is like pretty hard to get into. It's like the wait is always super long.
Make a reservation.
Yeah, and then Bluefin is really yummy. They got great sushi there. I also like, which is a hidden gem, not a single soul knows about this place called Oki, OKI. It's a sushi place that is right in Brewster. It's like the type of place where it's a major hole in the wall on the outside. It's like, you're like, should I get sushi from here? Best sushi I've ever had in my life. It is so good. It melts in your mouth. I like to get that. It's only takeout. You can't, I mean, if you want to sit in there, you could. There's one table that has 2 chairs, but it's like you really can't sit in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we normally get that sushi to go and eat it on like a beach or something. Really, really yummy sushi. I also like Ember for pizza. They have such good thin crust like pizza and wings, like super like sports bar, but like
Family vibes. Like they have a fire pit outside, kids running around.
So cute.
And then also they own the Port, which is more, it's like obviously less sports bar-ish.
Yeah.
But it's still really fun. It's weird because like when I used to work there in high school, it was like white tablecloth, like super fancy.
But now it's like the place to go out.
But now it's like the place to go out. I feel like
so
it's changed.
fun.
But it still has really good food.
Amazing drinks though. I think it's so fun. They have 3 different bars. They have the raw bar, obviously, like we said before, best oysters. They have the main bar, and then they have this outdoor bar, which is called the naughty bar.
The naughty bar.
Yeah, and I just think it's so fun, like 3 different bars. The music's always good when you're going out there and stuff.
Sometimes they have live music on Fridays.
Yeah.
Also, for Thai food, if you're into Thai food, Bangkok Cuisine and Dennis, they have locations all over the Cape. It's
Dennis
like
is the best.
A chain, but only because like the family that opened up the first location ended up opening up multiple locations because it's so good.
They have a location in Mashpee and also Orleans, so it's everywhere.
Yeah, it is everywhere, but best Thai food. Other dinner spots I love.
DJs.
Well, DJ's Wings in Hyannis is good for like a buffalo chicken sandwich, or if you're like gonna watch a game or something.
I can't go there during the day.
Yeah, no, don't go during the day.
But like best wings and buffalo chicken sandwich. I also love the Lost Dog Pub, which is this like super small.
Okay, the
like,
Lost Dog Pub is like a place that we should have
there.
gate kept.
Ah, shoot. Okay, well, you know, no, it's fine. They
it's
have 2
good.
locations. There's Dennis, East Dennis location. Then there's also Orleans.
It's bar food.
Yeah, it's bar food. If you're just like crammed, Ella and I always go if it's like last minute, we don't know what we want to eat. It has everything. You know, you can always trust it. It's always going to be good. Their arugula salad with balsamic dressing and
salmon on top
is the best
They
meal
have the best
ever.
salads with
Shout out to
salmon.
our mom for that meal because she's the one who used to always get that.
Yeah. The Greek salad's good with salmon.
Yep.
Also, they have amazing pizza, amazing
Their wings are great.
And
Yeah.
just good entrees.
And they also have oysters. They have everything.
Yeah. And then Sassuat Harbor Cafe is our favorite for seafood.
So good.
So good.
Best lobster roll. Like, I'm not kidding you, hands down. I can't eat lobster rolls anywhere else because Sassuat Harbor like has
Oh my
nothing.
God.
They also have breakfast, which I've never been there for breakfast.
I have.
Okay, I've
It's
never
good.
been, but I love their lobster roll, their clam strip rolls. They're like,
I think that they're, and it's BYOB.
yeah.
So you
Dad
can like
and
bring
I-
a bottle of wine and go sit there.
Yeah, Dad and I used to do that all last summer. We'd get wine and we'd bring it and we'd sit and eat, and it's so good.
I'm excited to do that when we go.
The owner, his wife, she is becoming a Pilates instructor, and she goes to the studio that I go to, which you guys definitely need to try. It's called Pilates Bayside. It's right near the Lost Dog. But anyway, we're talking about food. We can get to that later on. But yeah, talk about like going out places or no?
I would say like Chapin's and Dennis, and then if you're in Falmouth, like people go to like the Boathouse, the Raw Bar, Courtyard,
If you're in
Chart Room for drinks.
Yeah, if you're in Chatham, people go to the Squire. People go to the port. People go to, I'm like trying to think what else.
People go to the Woodshed in Brewster.
Yeah, the Woodshed in Brewster.
Chapin's.
Both Chapin's. Fish and Chips on the outer side of the Cape, and then Bayside too is another going out spot. And then Hyannis has a lot. I went out for the first time in Hyannis last summer, and we went to Torino's, which is like so funny. But like they have a really fun like outdoor bar, and also like a lot of the places like Hyannis Main Street you can go out on a lot, but I feel like we kind of stick in the areas where like our friends go and whatnot.
Yeah. Moving on to just favorite beach on the Cape. I'm going to name a few Falmouth, but you name a few Dennis, because those are like the beaches that we know and are most comfortable with.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
So the beaches in Falmouth, there's Old Silver Beach, Chappie Beach that I like, and also I really like Black Beach. My friends and I used to always go there. And it's like a private beach that's next to Chappie, and it's just like so cute, and it's honestly beautiful.
Yeah, I love that beach.
But you have to like walk down the dirt road to get there. And then for Dennis beaches,
I mainly go to this like private one with my friends that you take a boat to, and like no one else goes there. So like I am very like stand strong on that beach. But I think that Mayflower is a beautiful beach. It's so busy because I feel like a ton of people go there in the summer. But
yeah, it's very touristy.
But it's like perfect water. There's no rocks, no seaweed, no crabs or anything, I swear, just because it's like so popular, like so many people go to that beach. But I really do love that beach. It's so clear and pretty. Cold Storage is a great beach. And then I really love Nauset Beach. Nauset Light, Marconi, Beachcomber, like all those beaches on the outer side. They're a little bit tough because the waves are so crazy, and also there's sharks there always, but I mean, it's fine. And then Sandy Neck is really fun to go to if you're able to go to like the drive-on part. Mm-hmm. It's so fun. Or like Boaters Beach, which is also like right off of Sandy Neck, is a really fun beach to go to if any of your friends have boats like in a slip that's in like Barnstable or Dennis side. You can like literally take a boat there. So those beaches are so. Any Bayside beach is really good.
I like the Bayside.
I like the Bayside better than outer. Outer beaches have. I mean, if you're going to an outer beach in Orleans, Eastham, like that side, there's going to be sharks. But if you go to an outer beach that's in Dennis, Brewster, like not Brewster, Dennis, Harwich, or along that side, like West Dennis beaches, it's like rocks.
It's
and
rocks.
Seaweed. I have never once ever sat on one of those beaches except for like bonfires.
It's like that in Falmouth too on that other side.
But bay beaches are the best.
Bay beaches are the best. We have so many questions from you guys on Instagram that you sent in about the Cape and our summer recommendations. So let's get into them, and we will try to like kind of answer them. I feel like a lot of the questions we ended up like covering in the episode, which is still fine because we're going to still answer them and do like a rapid fire because we named off all the places that we go to. But if it's like something where you were wondering like our favorite, we'll tell you our top favorite.
Okay.
So number one, if you were doing one day trip to the Cape with your friends, what would your schedule look like?
Wake up early as you can because the traffic getting to the Cape on those bridges is tough in the summertime. So definitely try to get down there early. And personally, I would go straight to a market and I would get sandwiches, I would get chips, I'd get water, and I would personally lay on the beach all day long. That's it.
Me too.
And then if it's just a day trip and you're leaving after, I would maybe like grab dinner, ice cream, and then go back home. But literally just sit on the beach all day long, post up there, don't leave because you're going to waste time driving around the Cape in the traffic. So
and my day, okay, so I'm gonna do my day as if you were on the Cape, say you were spending it for a week, and like how would you spend a day? Wake up in the morning, go for a walk around, get coffee, get like a bagel or breakfast wrap, and then I would get sandwiches from the market, go right to the beach, spend all day at the beach, read, swim, sunbathe,
walk on the beach,
go home, shower, put on just like a really cute dress, some flip-flops, do a little bit of light makeup, brush my hair, like leave it to air dry, head out for like a glass of wine or a drink somewhere, and then go into town and go grab dinner. I would definitely get a drink probably at Chapin's, Bayside, and then head to Gina's for dinner. Or I would just have a drink in the backyard with friends and family. Fun. And then go to Gina's after dinner, go get ice cream, come home, go to bed.
Yep.
That's my day. Next question, go to beaches for sunrise and sunset, Nauset not included.
Okay, well, that's crazy because for sunrise, I would strictly do Nauset.
But that's because sunrise is in the east.
So all of the beaches from Chatham on the outer side, like I said, like the outer side beaches that we were explaining before, Chatham, Orleans, Eastham, Wellfleet, Truro, P-Town, the whole outer side is where the sun rises. Personally, Nauset Beach is the best because you don't have to go down all the stairs. You don't have to walk up the stairs. You don't have to like walk far. You literally park in the parking lot, walk over the hill, and you're there.
I know, like you
it's
have
so
to.
Pretty.
Nauset Beach is legit the only beach you will be able to see a perfect sunrise. We've gone to sunrise at Nauset Beach on Emma's birthday. Well, we didn't do it last year or the year before. But every other year we've done it. Like we did it for like 4 years in a row.
I did it last year.
But sunset, definitely
Chapin.
The beaches Chapin Beach has beautiful sunset if you're in Dennis, and then Chappie if you're in Falmouth.
Yeah, and then any Bayside beach you can see the sunset, and then also like the Falmouth, like Sandwich Bourne, like outer beaches, you can see the sunset.
Favorite ice cream shop? What's yours?
I have two.
Smugglers and Ice Cream Cafe
in Orleans. Yeah, Smugglers is in Dennis.
Ice Cream Cafe. Smugglers has really good homemade ice cream, hard ice cream. Ice Cream Cafe has, what are they called? Blizzards. Like we would get the dairy-free blizzard with either Reese's or Oreos. And they also have regular ice cream.
Guys, I could cry. I literally would drive from Boston right now.
Me too. They have dairy-free soft serve.
Like, you know, when you go to DQ, like Dairy Queen, and you get a blizzard, but it's like obviously dairy, like they don't have any dairy-free options. Like I used to love blizzards. Like my number one thing is an Oreo blizzard.
It's good. It's good dairy-free ice cream.
Their dairy, it doesn't taste like shit. It tastes so good. It's like made with coconut milk, so it's like really, really yummy. Twist in a cone with sprinkles. They have dip there. They have
like the cherry dip.
The cherry dip. I'm freaking out.
I can't wait to go every day when we're on the Cape.
Me too.
Every day.
I'm gonna turn into a blizzard.
Where to stay on the Cape for a staycation? Okay, so we said this before, but booking a house, get a group of people, book a house, use Airbnb or Vrbo, whatever you call it. I feel like there's not that many good hotels. There is that place in Brewster. What's that place called? Why am I drawing a blank?
Like the one that looks like a castle.
Oh my god. That Mac's friends go to. That's right near our house.
Stop
What is it called?
Right next to JT's.
Yes, Emma.
Across the street from.
It's called Ocean Edge.
Edge.
Okay, so Ocean Edge.
Which they do have a really good beach bar too.
Yeah, oh my god, I love the beach bar.
I've never been, but I just have I've seen every person go.
We should go. Yeah. So Ocean Edge, Wauquasit, where I used to work, but it's like it's a 5-star resort, so it's going to be expensive. And then also Chatham Bars Inn, which is expensive. But other than that, like I would say book a house, get an Airbnb. Book a house,
but personally, if you're coming for the first time, I would definitely try to book a house on the water, not on the water, but like
near
close
the
to the beach, walking distance to the beach.
Definitely in Dennis.
I would say Dennis, or I would say Chatham because you can walk around town. And then Falmouth, obviously, too. You can, like, walk around town.
Yeah, those are the best towns. Absolute favorite lobster roll.
Oh, my God.
Sissuit Harbor Cafe.
Nothing else. Nothing compares.
Do you prefer bay or coast beaches? Bay. How did living on the Cape shape you to who you are today? And I feel like... Okay, honestly...
Remember your roommate in college used to always say that you had, like, the Cape...
She would call me Capey,
but you had like a Cape like
vibe.
Well,
there's a question like that, which is at the end. Living on the Cape shaped me. I mean, it's weird because I guess this is my answer to the question. Moral of the story, people who summer on the Cape, like all the summer kids, one time this kid said this to me. He was like, what's it like living here in the winter? Like, what do you even do? And it was not like, he wasn't just wondering, he was being rude about it.
Yeah.
And I was like so annoyed because I'm like, what do you think? That like we're weirdos and we live under a rock? Like we do the same stuff that you do, living living an hour away from here. Yeah. Like we play sports, we go to school, we hang out with our family, hang out with our friends. So honestly, I feel like I don't really know how to answer that question. Like it didn't really teach me any like crazy lessons or anything, but I think it just honestly made me really appreciate the little things in life.
Yeah,
because
I was
like
gonna say the same. It made me appreciate
walking
the little
around.
things.
I mean, we would legit walk around barefoot, and like we live so close to the beach, which I guess I just had never realized growing up because it's just all we knew. But having grown up more and traveled a lot of places, I have realized like not everywhere is right on the ocean. You know what I mean? Like we're just so used to being right on the ocean. Like after school, you could drive
And
with
sit
your
on the
friends and
beach.
sit on the beach and get food and sit there and talk. But like you can't do that everywhere. So we're so like lucky to be able to do that.
For sure. That's why to me, like the beach and the ocean is like my happy, calming place. Like when I was sad, my ass was sitting in a beach parking lot. When like crying, I would sit there for hours. Just like sitting there listening to music. Like anytime I was sad, I'd go there and I'd chill and I'd feel happy again. Like if I was doing homework, I'd sit in a beach parking lot, do homework. Like when my friends and I didn't know where, we didn't want to hang out at like our houses or couldn't, we would literally park our cars next to each other and sit in beach parking lots with cars full of people. Like, and just hang out. Like it's just so.
It makes you realize like how mom and dad used to say this too. Well, dad especially, he'd be like, you guys don't realize how privileged you are to be, not even like talking about material items and stuff like that, just like being able to live by the water and like by the beach. Like we're really so lucky. Next question. What are your favorite workouts in the area?
Favorite workouts in the area?
We have two.
I have a couple because I feel like since I lived there this last summer, I definitely found a lot more workouts and stuff like that. But I like for Pilates on like a reformer, I like Pilates Bayside in Dennis over by the Lost Dog. And then, which there's only a couple of reformers in there, so it gets booked up very, very fast. I think right now you have to be going there pretty often. And then I also do love hot Pilates at Hot Yoga of Cape Cod and Martians Mills. And then we work out with, there's a trainer on the Cape that I do love working out with. His name is Corey. His name is Corey DeSimone. So I think it's Corey_DeSimone on Instagram. I went to high school with him. Well, he was a lot older than me. We weren't ever in school at the same time, but he trained like the football team and stuff. And he has his own gym and he trains out of that. So maybe like messaging him and getting in and working out with him is great too. He has great workouts.
Did you already say the hot Pilates place?
Yes, I said the hot Pilates place. And then also Power Yoga of Cape Cod in Dennis.
Our mom taught there for like 10 years.
Oh my God. The hot yoga there hot power yoga is so hard to do. Like I'll go sometimes and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to start going more. It's really, really good. People love Bespoke in Mashpee.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
the spin. And then they also have workout classes that are good too, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of my Falmouth friends go.
Yeah. And
then honestly, just walking.
I was going to say
go to the
another
beach
thing.
And put a podcast in.
All I did all summer was when I'm on the Cape, I run a lot. And running on the Cape is so nice. Like walking, you can walk. Going to a beach in the morning, like parking at a beach, because they don't start paying. You don't have to pay for parking until like
9
probably
or something.
Like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
If you go really, really, really early, grab a coffee and walk down a beach on the Bayside, you could go for miles and miles and miles. And like at the end, you'll be like, holy shit, that was like a 4-mile walk, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can really just like do whatever, or like do yoga in your backyard, Pilates in your backyard, like at home stuff, like outside, which is typical.
And then what is one assumption people have about people who live on the Cape?
I feel like people think that everyone there is very stuck up and like.
That was what I was gonna say. Like people think that if you're from the Cape, like you're rich and stuck up,
but it's not like,
not like
some
that.
People I feel like are very rich and
yeah, because that's their second house.
Yeah, but like for the people that grew up there, it's like we grew up there. We're like all just. My high school was very, very, very like.
It's all like middle class people.
Yeah,
like it's just very
so
normal. Obviously, there are like very wealthy families on the Cape.
There are for sure.
But I would say like just overall, it's just very normal.
Normal. Like a lot of my friends' parents are like fishermen on the Cape. Like a lot of my other friends, like they'll like work at the school and like it's like everyone just like we're all so family and like love each other and know everybody and you like will help each other out. And like even though I know one family on the Cape that's like super, super rich, but like they're the most down to earth people ever. Like everyone on the Cape is just so nice.
Yeah, and everybody treats everyone like family.
Yeah.
And like would do anything, like give you the shirt off their back type
For
thing.
sure.
So I just feel like it's very like tight-knit group of people, the people who are from the Cape. And then last question, did you ever feel isolated growing up on the Cape because it's so small?
I mean, honestly, coming off the Cape and like moving away, you're like, whoa, culture shock.
Culture shock. I remember I only went to school like an hour away from the Cape. I went to Bridgewater State, and my roommate, she's from a town that's like 20 minutes away from Bridgewater. But she was like, oh my God, Maggie. Like there were just things that I would do and say. She would be like, you're so from the Cape. Yeah. Like it was just funny. Like I even felt like moving off Cape and going to college, I felt so different than everybody because it is very isolating.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And another thing, I feel like the Cape is so like laid back and chill. Like when I would go places, like this is obviously so bad and I like don't do this anymore, but I would just like not lock my car and I just like walk into a store and be like, oh, like I'll be right out. No one's gonna touch my car.
Yeah, you like leave
my ass was living in LA. I like stuffed my purse underneath my seat, gone, everything stolen. And I'm like, whoa, like it's like not in I know every single cop on the Cape. So like if anything were to happen, you'd like call like your friend's dad and be like, hey, like I got something stolen. Like, can you help me? And they would, you know, it's like, you know, I don't know. Ugh.
It's like life on the Cape is just very different.
Yeah,
it's almost like very slow paced and kind of like far behind.
I just like, I love
like
it
when
there.
I went to college, I remember my roommates being like, Maggie, like we were getting ready to go out and I didn't even know what foundation was. Isn't that crazy? And they were like, huh? And I was like, what? Like, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
And then I learned so much from my roommates.
You can't get Gel X there still to this day. You can only get gel.
Yeah. And you couldn't even get gel for a really long time.
No, yeah.
I didn't know what like Urban Decay naked palettes were. None of that. Like, and all my roommates and all my friends had them in college. Mm-hmm. It's just like very funny.
And I would only wear like surfer brands. Like I'd wear Roxy. I'd wear Billabong,
Havaianas,
Rainbow Sandals. Like that was our uniforms. And when we got off the Cape, it's like
I know it's so weird now because it's like obviously. I mean, I feel like my style has just changed so much. Like living in the city, like
city style's way different than outside the city style.
Yeah, like I would not dress the way that I do here on the Cape.
On the Cape, I would wear like a little dress with a flannel and like a trucker hat. Like not even trucker hat, like a mesh like baseball like hat thing with flip flops.
It's just very chill.
It's so
but it's
chill.
The best vibes and it's so wholesome
it.
And cute. And if you go to the Cape, I hope that you go to one of our favorite places that we talked about. And if you do, take pictures and DM them to us because I really would love to see where you went and what you got and how you liked it. So let us know.
Yeah, tag us in any of the places that you guys go to if you do. And I hope you guys enjoy the Cape and enjoyed this episode.
Okay, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And we hope that you enjoyed this episode. I know we just said that a million times, but really the Cape is such a special place to both of us. And we just have so many amazing memories there. And we get so happy every single time you guys message us and tell us about how much you love it. And if you go to places that we went to and you enjoyed them, like we love hearing that because we've just been going there for so long and it's just so cute and so special. So anyway, thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you guys next week.
Love ya.
Love you. Bye.